Hello ladies and gents, welcome to a new night point of view review. In front of us is the new KGM's Torres EVX. This is their fully electric model. If I unlock it, you can see the beautiful headlights and the animation on the top with the daytime running lights. It has a unique signature for the EV version. Now this is a front-wheel drive. The electric motor has 152 kilowatts of power, which is equal to 207 horsepower. Now, we're sitting on 18-inch alloys. These are good amount of tire, comfy suspension. Now, inside is a LFP battery, meaning more cycles. And to be specific, it's a BYD's blade battery. Now, this is really safe because it's not prone to catching on fire in case of a puncture. God forbid, in a freaky accident. It also has specific warranty by KGM of 1 million kilometers or 10 years. By the way, the BYD has 250,000 kilometers in 8 years on their batteries. So KGM, I guess, is more comfortable. And since it's giving 1 million kilometers of warranty, this is ideal for taxi drivers. If you're looking for an EV, this is nice and spacious, and it's a pretty good car. Now, for some reason, when I unlock the car, the rear taillights don't come on. They come on when you actually start the car. You can see the front headlights are on. So let's just get in the car because it's freezing cold. Now, let me get comfortably inside. Seatbelt on. Okay, when you press the brake, you can see there's a green button, or excuse me, green light next to the start-stop. This quickly switches to dark theme. And now let me just share some light here real quick. You can see the interior. And now, I did a quick consumption test. This car is a little bit less than 2 tons heavy car, but normal for an EV. My consumption test driving between 70 and 80 kilometers per hour, so open road simulation, I got a little bit lower than 16 kilowatts of power consumption, which is pretty good. Now, you can see here I'm going to be using the standard navigation. Now, when you turn off the car and turn it on, it brings you to the navigation. But if you wake it up, if it was like if it went to, when you lock it to a sleep mode for a longer period, it actually goes to this. So you can see the navigation. So you need to go here and then it offers you the navigation. For some reason, you can have it full screen or like this. Now, volume, let me see here if I can play some media real quick. So let me just, this is better than the buttons on the steering wheel. Okay, the sound is good. It's not great, but it's decent. It's not bad, but it's just like, you know, I would say okay. That's it. Let me show you the reverse camera. You can see that one, it's pretty good. And let me just drop the window down. You can hear maybe or maybe not. Let me just switch to reverse. There is this like EV sound, but we're gonna head out. And just before I do that, you can see here we have recuperation paddles. So you can have 0 recuperation or you can have maximum level 3. For efficiency, I prefer maximum, but sometimes it's also good to have it on 0. On open road, you're spending less power, and then if you really want to recuperate, if you're going downhill, you can just kick it to highest setting. We have auto hold, so you need to use your brakes. But if you kick it to full regen, it's not super strong, but it's enough to simulate one pedal driving. This is good because the car will reset each time, so it won't memorize your recuperation setting. It will reset to default, I think, level 1, so it's not 0. But it forces you to, use your brakes, which are not super aggressive from the start. They're just like standard brakes. But this way you're burnishing your brakes, and you won't have the problem with one pedal driving, a rust buildup on your brake calipers and your discs, or brake pads and brake discs. Now, where to start? I've honestly had this car on the press event for a short drive. Now I picked it up. I didn't actually do the day. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do my range test and all the standard stuff, charging test, in separate videos, but I've driven it enough that I can give you a feedback. And it's a pretty good SUV. It's a pretty good EV as well. It has a heat pump as well, by the way. I'm gonna put the technical details in the video description as always. Now, you can hear this. It's like a little chime for the over speed limit if you're passing that threshold. Nice and comfortable suspension, as I've mentioned. Now, there's a quick shortcut here, and I love this. They've made this great. You can just tap here and disable the new pesky E regulations for this chime. So it's a quick switch off until the next drive, and it's not super annoying. It's a bit loud, not too loud, but again, you can easily switch it off. This is a bit harsher speed bump. The suspension is good. I would say even these potholes and a damaged asphalt here, or the pavement, is okay. The suspension is soaking it up nicely. You feel it a little bit, but it's not super harsh. Now, you have different driving modes. You have the Eco, Comfort, and Sport. Sport releases like the full power, and then the other two where it's like slightly reduced power delivery. I would say Comfort is more than enough if you are commuting daily and you really don't need that instant torque. But even in Comfort, there's one con about this car, and that is that this instant power is just not really, what's the word I'm looking for in English? I have a green arrow. It's just, I'm gonna put it simply, it's slipping oftenly, and there's just too much torque. In my Tesla, I rarely experience this. If I floor it, it needs to be like really wet. So there's just too much power, and you need to like develop a feeling for the accelerator in order to, avoid that. Now, if you go to the sports setting, you have a little bit more feedback on the steering wheel. In this Comfort setting, it's too light. Just kick up the rear heated. Rear heater engages these side mirrors. They're a little bit fogging up because there's a little condensation in there. Good car. It's a big SUV. The range, I'm gonna test it out, see if it's as advertised on the highway, or if we can get at least 300 kilometers of range. But this is a big SUV. I've briefly driven it to 100 kilometers per hour. It's a bit noisy. We're gonna see now on the highway when we get there. How's that working out? But it's a big SUV, and I think this is okay for occasional road trips, but maybe it's better for city driving and commuting. If you need a large SUV for your family, or again, for giving a ride services, because it's very spacious, and again, the battery is just a huge advantage for people who are doing a lot of kilometers in a year or miles. So it's a pretty good value for money. Let's talk about the price here. I usually talk about that at the end of the video, but I think I need to mention it. It's advertised at $37,800. Now, you have a big SUV. The overview is great for some people. I'm a taller person, I can see the hood. Parking might be an issue for some people. For me personally, it's not an issue. You do have the backing camera, big mirrors, so for me personally, this is not a problem, but for some people that might be the case. One thing I do wish this car had, and it's not the ambient lights. I do wish for that as well. It looked really nice, but this is fine. It's the heated steering wheel and the heated seats. These are not in the package, so that's really a bummer, although the AC's heating up pretty fast, so it's fine. Considering the kilometers I did tonight here, I would say that the percentage is not dropping super fast, so it's like really decent. And this car has 25,000 kilometers, so it's not really new. This specific car is on a Slovenian license plate because it was first in the company that offers this car on the Croatian market also has it in Slovenia. So first the Slovenian journalists had it on test, and then Croatian journalists. For all the local people here in Yugoslavia, you cannot drive a foreign license plate if the owner, if it's your cousin or friend, is not in the car. You cannot drive their car. It's a customs violation, and you will get a very huge fine if you get pulled over by a police, and if the owner is not in the car. So they will impound the car, and the owner will have to pay the tax because it's treated as a tax evasion. So they'll have to pay like 12,000 euros or more in order to get the car back. So I'm just saying this. I have an authorization as a journalist, so I'm excluded in this case. Otherwise, I would not be able to drive this legally on Slovenian plates. Now, I'm gonna speed up here after this turn, just to show you that when you're just a little bit adding a little bit more acceleration, it slips a lot. And you know, I drive a Tesla, and again, I never experienced that, almost never, on a dry pavement. I'm not sure if you heard that. It was like slight slipping. It's not constant, it's just like sometimes. I'll try to now, it's straight here, so I'll just try to floor it to the speed limit. And I'm in comfort, so I don't even need to be in the sport to experience that. See? Woo woo! It's like it's struggling to catch grip. But again, only if you like floor it. If you're just, you know, gently speeding up, even then there's like slight, you can hear the tires, but you don't get the traction symbol. So be gentle if you're on a wet surface. I'm gonna hit this manhole. The suspension is real nice. We're gonna come to the highway, and we're gonna hear the, sound of this car at the higher speeds. It's a big SUV. It's so wide, it's so tall, it's not really aerodynamic. Now, if you're wondering what's the consumption on the highway, I haven't done that. You will have to watch the range test, in which I will definitely show that. Now, you do have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but I just haven't engaged that. But overall, this feels like a classical car with an EV drivetrain. Has the great LFP battery. I think I basically summoned everything. It's a great value for money. It's a great EV. The only thing I'm hoping for, it can do at least 300 kilometers on a single charge. The top charging speed is 120 kilowatts, so it's not super fast. And it's a 400 volt architecture, so you don't get the 800 volt architecture or faster charging speeds. AC is 11 kilowatts. You do have, I believe, vehicle to load as well. Whoa, so you saw, if you go harder into the bends, the car leans, it will go sideways, so take it easy. Okay, driving 130 and slowing down to 100. I said 100, not 90. Okay, there we go. Well, it's tall. Now let me switch to driving mode to sport. I'm gonna floor it here all the way. So it's decently speeding up, catching speed. It's pretty loud at 150 and slowing down. Max recuperation. Okay, so I want to pull down the menu, but it's like changing the navigation. Back to comfort setting. Okay, let me engage the, so I just need to feel where the button is. Now, you can see the green steering wheel is going to actually keep me in the lane. So if I try to push it to the side here, it's going to keep me in the center. And on this side, we have the cruise control. Now, let me just kick it up to 110 here. Let's just go 120. And I can play with the distance. You can see this. And another thing, I can switch the view here. So you can see now the lane assist. You can see the, oh, it shows another Taurus in the cockpit. You can see the distance for the vehicle in front. Now my hands are close to the steering wheel, but there's this like slight bend. And the car is just keeping you in the lane. You do need to keep your hands on, otherwise it's gonna pop a message. ADAS features so far didn't really try to correct me too much, but you can switch it off if you want to, so it doesn't automatically engage. If you engage, if you're driving, it doesn't automatically engage. If you just press on the left stalk and disengage the steering wheel, it's not going to keep you in the lane. It's not going to fight. can disengage on the right button, the cruise, or you can just press the brake. Also, cool feature, you can have a full map on the digital cockpit. So if you want to have something else on the side, that's perfectly fine. And you can customize, if you watch my day review, the digital cockpit. So you can have different themes. This is the sport theme. I think it looks the best, if I'm being honest. Now the handling, generally, the car is leaning, and you saw when I floored it in the corner, the back end started slipping. So it's a big car. It is an EV with low center of gravity, but the suspension is comfier, and that's why it's leaning. So it's not really something for sporty driving, and I would say, you know, be moderate in your speed. Don't push this car to its limits, because it's not designed for that, for sporty driving. It's nice and fast. It's a nice cruising machine, but just, you know, take it easy in the bends and the corners, and definitely with the speed. Also, if it's like wet, I would definitely be a little bit more cautious, at least until I get a real good feeling for the car and get to know the car, how it really handles in different conditions. Sport mode. Should I turn off traction? No, I'm not going to do it. You can turn it off, but I'm not going to do that. It's going to be finding it anyway. No one behind me, no one in front of me, which is the most important to do this in the safest manner. Hold the brake and floor the accelerator and release the brake. You can hear the struggle, but it did fine. And there we go, brake check. Okay, the brakes are pretty good. It engages the hazards and switches them off when you take out or take on. Pretty good. The brakes are pretty good. Decent acceleration, not super fast obnoxiously, but decent. Now, I've been driving a little bit in the sport mode, and the car definitely feels more alive and like a proper EV. Now it's time to come to an end, going to the garage, and overall, really nice SUV. It does have some pros and cons, but I would suggest go take it for a spin, see how it feels. Again, huge value if you are doing ride services, but also you get a nice big SUV. So for city and occasional road trips, not too bad. There's a lot of competitions these days, but I'm sure this is going to find some customers. You can hear the pedestrian warning. Now, if you drive this car a little bit faster and more lively, your car consumption goes close to 20. But otherwise, again, I've mentioned it can be quite efficient if you're driving nice and gentle. I think we're fine with parking. Now, put it to park. And this is it. I'm going to end the video here. Switch off the car. It goes to bright theme again, so it's just shooting in your eyes before you open, and switches off. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more content like this, do subscribe and click the bell to get notified. I really wanted to show this taillights, but they're off for some reason. Let me just see if I can manually switch that on just here for a second. Yeah, there we go. So just to show you how they look. Unfortunately, I would definitely swap these warm lights for cold LEDs so they would be matching in the front. I'm gonna return that to auto setting. And I do like the front. The front is great looking. You also have the dynamic front turn signals, which really looks dope. That's it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.